Hi dear students, in previous class you have learnt about what is the effect of electron withdrawing groups and electron donating groups on phenol, and also dehydration of alcohols, oxidation using PCC, and mechanism of dehydration of ethanol to ethene, and identification of how we can identify the primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols by Lucas test, right? So today's class is reactions of phenols. Today's class is reactions of phenols. Reactions of phenols. Okay. How they will react. Then we know that the aromatic carbolic acid is nothing but a phenol, right? The phenol undergoes electrophilic aromatic substitution, right? In phenols, the reaction that takes place an aromatic ring, right? The benzene, uh, for benzene, the OH group is directly attached, right? So this is a phenol. In phenol, the reaction that takes place an aromatic ring or electrophilic substitution reactions, right? So the OH group attached to the benzene ring activates it towards electrophilic substitution, and also it directs the incoming group to ortho and para positions in the ring, as these positions become electron rich due to the resonance effect. Why ortho and para means, as these positions become electron rich due to the resonance effect caused by the OH group. Resonance effect caused by OH group. The resonance structures are shown in acidity of phenols, right? Acidity of phenol. You are familiar with how to write the resonance structures of phenol, right? So the common electrophilic aromatic substitution reactions takes place in phenols or as follows. Electrophilic substitution. Number one is the 2A. Okay. With dilute HNO3 and concentrated HNO3. Number one is with dilute HNO3 and concentrated HNO3. What will happen when phenol treated with dilute nitric acid and phenol treated with a concentrated nitric acid? What will happen? Let's see. With the dilute, first dilute HNO3. One phenol reacts with dilute HNO3. Okay. Phenol reacts with dilute HNO3. Dilute means the concentration is less in nitric acid. Dilute HNO3, we will get one ortho substituted nitrophenol and one para substituted nitrophenol. Okay. Ortho substituted nitrophenol and para substituted nitrophenol. This is ortho. Ortho means NO2 group. This is ortho nitrophenol. Ortho nitrophenol. The second one is para nitrophenol. You can write, instead of ring, you can write alternative single and double bonds. This is para nitrophenol. Okay. So, what will happen? These ortho and para isomers can be separated by steam distillation. By passing steam into this reaction, we can separate orthonitrophenol and paranitrophenol. See, orthonitrophenol is a volatile. It means it will evaporate easily. Volatile. It's because of intramolecular hydrogen bonding with benzene ring. Okay. This is a orthonitrophenol is a volatile because of intramolecular hydrogen bonding. It is a less volatile due to intermolecular hydrogen bonding. It is less volatile. The paranitrophenol is a less volatile because of intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Okay, this is about when phenol reacts with dilute HNO3. Okay, when phenol reacts with concentrated HNO3, keep it in a mind that we will get two products when we treat with dilute HNO3. When we treat with concentrated HNO3, what will happen? We directly get 2,4,6 trinitrophenol as a product. This is a very 1 mark repeated question. 2,4,6 trinitrophenol. This is a picric acid. The common name is picric acid. This is picric acid. The yield is less in this reaction. Okay, the yield is more in when treated with the dilute HNO3. This is 2, 4, see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 4, 6 trinitrophenol. Trinitrophenol. This is about when we treat concentrated HNO3 with a phenol or phenol with concentrated HNO3. What we will get? Picric acid. What is another name of picric acid? Means you have to write 2,4,6 trinitrophenol. Very repeated question. You have to practice all the reactions. This is a phenol reacts with concentrated HNO3. Number B is halogenation. Halogens are four. So write any halogen. Halogenation means we are going to add halogens. So number B is halogenation. Halogenation. Here the halogen is Br. Okay. Halogenation. Br2 in CS2 and bromine water. What will happen? Okay. Okay. On treating phenol with the bromine under different experimental conditions. On treating phenol with bromine. Bromine means Br2 in carbon disulfide, CS2. Bromine in CS2, what we are going to get as orthobromophenol and parabromophenol. Orthobromophenol and parabromophenol. This is ortho is always a minor product and para is always a major product. Okay. So when on treating phenol with the bromine under different experimental conditions, phenol reacts with Br2 in carbon disulfide. We are going to get orthobromophenol and parabromophenol as a products. Okay. Br2 in different as I mentioned, in different experimental conditions. Like this is also bromination. Another one bromination is there. Bromine water. What I will get as Br2, 3 moles of Br2 water, bromine water. See, bromine water is a very dangerous for lungs. Okay, it can lead to cancer. Same 2,4,6 tribromophenol. Sorry, not 2,4,6 tribromophenol. 2,4,6 tribromophenol will get when treated with a Br2 in water. This is halogenation. Number C is coal-base reaction. Some named reactions are there. You have to practice coal-base reaction. Coal-base reaction. Coal-base reaction. Okay. Coal-base reaction is nothing but when phenol treated with NaOH, sodium hydroxide. When phenol treated with sodium hydroxide, we are going to get ONA, sodium phenoxide. Then sodium phenoxide treated with carbon dioxide and H plus ions, we are going to get salicylic acid. See here OH is there, here COOH group is there. This is salicylic acid. Okay. Coal-based reaction, from phenol we are going to get salicylic acid. Keep it in mind that coal-based reaction is a Nemood reaction. From phenol treated with sodium hydroxide, we are going to get sodium phenoxide, and then treated with the carbon dioxide in H plus ions. So we are going to get a salicylic acid. This is number C. Then number D. Very repeated question. Reimer-Tiemann reaction. What? Reimer-Tiemann reaction. Reimer-Tiemann reaction. Reimer-Tiemann reaction. On treating phenol with a chloroform in presence of sodium hydroxide, a CHO group is introduced at ortho position of benzene ring. This reaction is known as Reimer-Tiemann reaction. What is Reimer-Tiemann reaction? And write down the reaction means. If you know the reaction, you can write on your own sentence, right? What is means, right? So when phenol reacts with chloroform, CHCl3, chloroform in presence of sodium hydroxide, chloroform in presence of sodium hydroxide, a CHO group is introduced at ortho position of the benzene ring. This reaction is known as Reimer-Tiemann reaction. Intermediate one intermediate will form here. We can't name this intermediate, so just you have to write intermediates means you have to write in a square bracket CHCl2 ONA plus. Okay, this is an intermediate. When this intermediate is again treated with NaOH, sodium hydroxide, we are going to get sodium phenoxide, again treated with the NaOH, sodium phenoxide plus CHO group, and the CHO group is introduced at ortho position. Later, when treated with H plus ions, we are going to get a salicylaldehyde. Means same salicylic acid in place of COOH group, aldehyde group is there. Okay, CHO. This is salicylaldehyde. Keep it in mind that in coal-based reaction, phenol to salicylic acid. In Reimer-Tiemann reaction, phenol to salicylaldehyde. This is salicylaldehyde. Salicylaldehyde. You have to practice. These are all for 2 or 3 marks questions. You should write on your own sentence when phenol reacts with chloroform in presence of NaOH, one intermediate is formed. Then this intermediate treated with a sodium hydroxide, we are going to get aldehyde substituted sodium phenoxide, and then it treated with the H plus ions, we are going to get salicylaldehyde. Okay. The reaction of phenol with zinc dust. What will happen when phenol reacts with zinc dust? Two marks question, repeated question, or 1 mark question. Phenol reacts with zinc dust. What will happen means phenol is going to convert as a benzene with the ZNO. Okay, zinc oxide. This is a reaction of phenol with zinc dust. Okay. Phenol is converted to benzene on heating. How we can convert phenol to benzene means you have to write this. When phenol reacts with zinc zinc dust, we will get benzene with the zinc oxide. Then when oxidation. Next, oxidation of phenol. Oxidation of phenols. Oxidation of phenols. See, Oxidation means oxidation of phenol with a chromic acid produces a conjugated diketone known as benzoquinone. In the presence of air, phenols are slowly oxidized to dark colored mixture containing quinones. So, chromic acid, right? Na2Cr2O7. Sodium chromate, chromic acid, whatever. When phenol reacts with Na2Cr2O7, chromic acid in presence of H2SO4, sulfuric acid, we are going to get as diketone. See here, the product is very nice to see. Benzoquinone. This is called as benzoquinone. Benzoquinone. So what will happen when phenol reacts with chromic acid? It produces a conjugated diketone. Sorry, conjugated, not ring. Conjugated means alternative single and double bond. Conjugated. Okay. Conjugated diketone known as benzoquinone in the presence of air. When phenols exposed to air, slowly oxidize to dark colored mixture containing quinones. Okay, this is about the reactions of phenols. The last topic is uses of phenols. Okay, uses of phenols. Uses of phenols. I will tell only 4, it's enough for you. Used as a household cleaners. Phenols are used in household cleaners. Household cleaners. Okay, it is used as a cleaners. Then phenols are used in mouthwashes. If you buy a mouthwash in a medical store, the mouthwash contains phenols. Mouthwashes, they will use in mouthwashes. It is used as an antiseptic. Antiseptic, and it is used in the industry to prepare various chemicals. It is used as a starting material to produce various various chemical compounds in a industry site. Okay, this is about the uses of phenols. Household cleaners, mouthwashes, antiseptics, and it is used in industry to prepare various chemicals. This is about the uses of phenols. The last topic in this lesson is ethers. We have discussed about ethers in the starting. What is the general formula of ethers? What is the nomenclature of ethers and classification? So how we can prepare the ethers in the next class. Okay. Thank you.